back to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely co-host,
Travis Patrick.
And today we have a great episode for you in store. But before we get into it, we're going to have Travis tell you guys a little bit about the merch. What's going on with that, bud?
So as said in the episode 4, we were hoping to have the merch on set for the very first video recorded podcast, but things are a lot harder than normal to do with that, and everything in the making gets backtracked, but we're hoping by episode 6, the merch is out live for you guys to buy if you want to.
Yes, sir. And like Travis said, this is our first recorded episode on camera. We're kind of trying it out right now, but what we're going to do is record one podcast on the camcorder and then one on the phone, kind of just to see which quality looks better, which works best, and what you guys like. So bear with us, and also don't get used to this set. This is in Travis's house. We kind of threw it together in 10 minutes?
A little temporary.
Yeah, it's temporary until I get a place. We're working on that right now. So, so we ready to get into it, Trev?
Let's get it.
All right, guys, we have a great guest on today. He is one of our best friends. We love this guy. We've known him from K through 12. He hasn't changed a little bit since. I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on to the podcast, Hunter Bailey.
Woo!
Woo!
What's going on, guys?
How you going, buddy?
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. How's it going, bud?
Oh, man, it's been going good. I've been cooped up in the house for the last 2 weeks. It's been snowy and wet, so I'm just happy that you guys got me out of the cave and got to go do something. So it's exciting.
Yes, sir. So why don't you tell the people out there a little bit about yourself? What are you doing? How do you know us?
I install septic systems and I fix water lines and I do all that kind of stuff. So a lot of dirt work. Gotta love it, man. It's a dirty job and it's just a way of living. So, but it's rough. And I've known these guys my whole life from kindergarten. We were actually all in the same kindergarten class.
Miss Sainer.
Yeah, Miss Sainer. Shout out Miss Sainer,
Miss
man.
Stone King.
It's Miss Stone King.
Every single time, guys. Every single time.
What's funny, she even had Lane in kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. She had Big Brother too. Yeah, she used to say.
Not little brother?
No, she didn't. Actually, she did have Jason
I said
too.
she
She
had
had all
Preston,
three.
too.
Well, that's
Yep.
crazy because in episode 4 that just dropped last week, Faith had Miss Sainer as well.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Did we all have Miss Sainer?
That must be a trend or something.
I guess the good kids all had her. So, well, before we get into your questions, Hunter, we have a really serious question. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Honestly, don't be biased.
Okay, so obviously, man, I'm a Chiefs fan till I die.
Yes, sir.
But if I didn't have to say the Chiefs, I'm going to say the winner of this AFC Championship game is going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to win it.
Yeah.
Either the Ravens or Chiefs, man. I
You
mean,
gotta
whoever.
pick one. You got to pick AFC, NFC. Who's going?
I'm going to go Chiefs, man, because Tom Brady was that guy you never counted against, and I feel like Pat Mahomes is going to be that next guy who you're like, I'm not counting against this motherfucker, what I'm saying?
Never.
So you find yourself in the position, I mean, you look at the Bills Chiefs game divisional round last year, and you were just like, yeah, I mean, they're done, Even
Right.
looking there as a fan, I thought I was like, yeah, we're done, whatever. I counted him out, and he did his thing.
We
so.
learned our lesson there.
Yeah, we got to trust our guy.
So who are they playing in the Super Bowl?
They're going to play San Fran.
Think so?
I think it's going to be San Fran rematch for sure.
It's
Detroit.
It's going to be Detroit.
Well,
I don't think so.
We'll get to that in a second.
Here's-
What's your score prediction?
But here's why I
right.
said the AFC champion, whoever wins the AFC championship is going to win is because the Ravens defense and the Chiefs defense, they're top two. And I don't feel like Detroit or San Fran's defense can hold those two, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I think that
Well, especially now, too, since that first game, I think our team's gotten a lot better. Our defense is very good.
Oh
And
yeah.
our offense is starting to click when we got the right people in there.
Oh, it's playoff Pat, man.
Yes,
He's-
sir.
He's
Don't count him
going.
out.
He's
What's the
going
score
for it all.
Of the Super Bowl.
Of the Super Bowl, I'm going to go 27-24 Chiefs.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
Sorry. Brain fart. Who I got in the Super Bowl? I got
With my Bible app.
I'm thinking this is gonna be the Chiefs versus the Lions, baby.
I agree.
I think so, and I am a huge Ravens fan as well. But as I grow up, I'm now a Chiefs fan, obviously, because that's the smart route. That's
Right.
my hometown.
Right.
With that being said, though, I think the Lions, man. I mean, Kansas City has Taylor Swift. Detroit has Eminem. It's gonna be a sick Super Bowl if those two teams get.
That would be really sick.
I'm rooting for Detroit, man. I hope they make it.
Brock Purdy either.
I hope they make it, and I hope Patty goes for like 400 on them motherfuckers.
Something in my gut tells me Detroit by 3, end game field goal.
Really?
Last second. I don't
That'd
know.
be awesome.
Something in my gut feels that.
That'd be
also,
awesome.
I want the Chiefs to win, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Look, I'm not a Detroit hater, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I think they're gonna be that team that's like the Bills in the 80s where they went to the Super Bowl 3 times and lost.
Didn't win. Yeah.
They're setting themselves up for really good success, but it's just Detroit luck, man.
I'm on the edge. I really want Detroit to go. I mean, obviously, I want the Chiefs to go. I think the Chiefs are going to go. I think we've been clicking. We've been playing really good football. But I think Detroit would be a great story. And plus, I think we need to get our revenge on them from game 1. We won't. Kadarius Toney might. If we play Kadarius Toney in the Super Bowl again, that playoff Toney was different. Don't lie. He won us the Super Bowl last year.
It was different, but at this time, you have to ask yourself, is putting Kadarius Toney on your roster and in your starting lineup, is that going to help you win a Super Bowl, or is it going to hurt you? Because right now, he's hurt us in a lot of games. I mean, hell, we should have won that Detroit game.
He stepped up a lot, though.
He did step up a lot, and then the last Super Bowl, and that's why he's
Get
back.
McColl out of there.
But no, that was Travis even said that was his fault, man. He didn't pick up that block.
He did. I heard that.
So McColl's good, man.
All right. Well, enough football talk, gentlemen. Let's get into some real questions.
Let's get into the content.
Let's get into some content. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It is 5 real questions, 5 real answers with 3 real people. So I'll start us off with the first question for Hunter.
Yes, sir.
So what's your favorite memory with us, just growing up?
Oh, man.
And it can be with either of us. If you have a separate story for us or one where we're all together.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of memories with just like us 3 together, but I mean, obviously separate. Man, Travis, I'd say the best memory I have with Travis was probably the night before his wedding. Things got pretty wild, and we had our fair share of drinks, and we were talking about God. And Travis, he likes to be devil's advocate. He's always, he likes to see people flustered, and for good reason. He likes to back up what they're saying, or be able to back up what they're saying. And we were talking about God, and he challenged me, but I think I got him to turn over to Christ, and it was a pretty special moment. But in our
Good
friendship,
for you, buddy.
It was a really special moment.
The cross necklace.
So
Way to join us.
yeah,
Oh,
he made Mama cry the next day, telling her. So yeah, but yeah, that was probably the most special moment in our friendship. Not the most funniest or most memorable, but I definitely think it was most important.
No, that's
for sure.
a really big step in the for Travis too. He's always been that guy. He really didn't have a preference, but when
right,
you really got into him.
Right.
I didn't know. I didn't. I mean, we won't go into religion and everything, but I didn't understand. I wanted more knowledge on the situation.
Right. Good for you, buddy. I'm proud of you. I'm
But-
proud of both of you. That was awesome.
Pierce, oh man, I was mean to you, man. I was like that friend to you that would do some pretty mean things. 'Cause I thought it was funny.
You both were.
No, Pierce had a birthday party. Probably we were like, I think it was your 12th birthday, and it was me and Noah. He moved away when we were.
Oh, Noah Young.
Noah Young.
Shout out Noah.
Noah. I think it was just me, you, and Noah that actually stayed the night. I can't remember
Dalton
who all
was there
went.
with us.
But yeah, I stayed. Me and Noah stayed. And we're like, fuck. Pierce fell asleep first, so we got a warm cup of water.
That was me and you. We did it to Noah.
No.
Oh, maybe it was.
You,
Maybe it was.
you fell asleep. So me and Noah were like, oh, you fell asleep. So we got a warm glass of water, man, and we fucking put his hand in there. I don't know if he peed himself. I'm not going to say that. I don't think he did. But it was funny regardless, just the possibility that he probably pissed his pants.
We
Just the
call-
fact,
Call them the 3P Piers, triple P. P Pants Piers.
P Parents Pierce, man.
But you also put drumsticks. up
Put
your face.
drumsticks up places they probably shouldn't have went.
I do not remember that. I don't remember that. I wrote that on my notes. That's crazy, dude.
No, but yeah, these cats, man, you guys are fucking awesome for doing this shit, dude. This setup is legit. These guys are legit, man. They're gonna give you guys great content, man. These guys are awesome. So this is awesome. I'm
That
excited to
ass
be
is funny.
here once again. This is awesome. So
Well,
Awesome.
we can't thank you enough for coming on, Hunter,
Yeah,
for
for real.
one. But let's get rolling into question number 2.
Sir.
How has sports impacted your life?
oh man, when I was a young kid, like video games were cool, but man, nothing. For some reason, whenever I had a basketball in my hands, I mean, that was my love, that was my passion. And when I found that, I just ran off and went with it, and I didn't care. I thought basketball was like my therapy for any problems that I had. I don't know, something about just shooting basketball, man. That's just pure love. So when I found that, that's how it impacted my life. It gave me I can't think of the word.
Right.
It gave me
Just made you feel good.
it made me feel good. It gave me purpose. That's
There
what
you
it
go.
was. It gave me purpose, and when I was young, but now I found my other purpose. Now that I gotten older, but sports opened that for me, was finding my purpose at a
Right.
young age, for sure. So
I remember we'd go to your house and like, hey, you want to play some
yeah, I was.
2K? No,
I
let's
was-
go out. Let's go shoot the ball. Let's go throw balls off the roof.
Hey
or
man, I was
across
on.
the yard.
I was on everybody's ass when I was a kid, man. I was always having my friends out playing basketball. It didn't matter how cold it was. It didn't matter if it was raining. I was always on my friend's ass. Buddy, let's go play basketball.
Right.
Let's go outside and go play basketball.
That's a core memory for sure. I remember going to your
Travis be like,
house.
are you really fucking kidding me, dude? It's fucking raining outside. Like, you want to go out and play basketball right now? And I'm like, come on, man. Let's go play.
There's ice all over the ground. Nah, I don't care. Let's go.
Let's go fucking
I'll cross
play
you up.
It was always all right. First to 5, and we go inside for the day. Okay, we'll get I'll get to 5 first. Somebody's like, no, rematch, and then he'll win.
Ball don't lie.
And then it just we played for hours.
Yeah. Either fishing or playing basketball at his house. Okay, so with the sports, you were big into basketball, but in 6th grade you had an injury.
Yeah.
Did that affect you in any way? Whether it was being scared to play basketball again, or
Dude, it affected me a lot. And so, believe it or not, the reason I didn't play football I didn't play actually, no, I played 7th and 8th grade. But I didn't play in high school because I was actually worried that I was going to re-break it. Even though I broke it in basketball, I was worried I was going to re-break it because at that point in time, I was playing quarterback, and you go on YouTube looking at, man, a lot of them quarterbacks, they get sacked wrong. They have someone land on them.
snap their
Those
leg.
gory
Yeah, like the whole
videos.
Alex
Yeah.
Smith thing. I was just like, and no offense, but the O-line, I wasn't trusting them boys. I wasn't trusting them boys with my right leg.
I still don't trust the O-line. To this day.
Love you guys, but I wasn't
I'll
trusting you
take some
boys
blame
with
for
my
that. That's
right
my
leg.
bad.
So, it affected me. I had to get surgery actually on my left leg my 8th grade year, because my growth plate in my right leg was all messed up. So they had to go in there, and actually still to this day, my right leg's a little bit shorter than my left, just because it happened at that age when I was like 12 and I was in that growth spurt. So it was an important time where it happened with my growth, and the doc said I was going to be like 2 inches taller. So that sucks, but
That's awesome. So you talked about not playing football, but you played your senior year.
yeah.
And so what was it like playing your senior year? Like, was it good? And then you guys broke the curse. You had a 52, 53
We
game
broke the
losing streak.
curse, but I think me and Travis can both agree we were not happy with who we broke the curse versus and how we broke it.
Because you guys had a good team. Like,
Well,
I really had high hopes every game.
I put a lot of my fault into my hands because the 2 times we should have broke it was versus Archie and we should have broke it versus Butler. There were 2 games at home. We had the opportunity to go and try to go for a victory in overtime in both of those games, and my dumb ass fucking got kicked out of both of them overtimes. And I take a lot of fault in that, man, because we wanted it versus Butler. That's who we wanted it versus. We wanted to break it versus Butler. And we got fucking Jasper's bum asses and fucking ran it up on them. So.
That was still a really fun game to go to because, I mean, Jasper did not have a team, and you guys walked in there. Every game you guys walked in confident. Like, that year, that senior year you guys played, every game we went to, it just felt like, we're going to give these guys a run for their money. Even the good teams. I mean, Butler and Archie have always ran over us, and I mean, we had a 53-game losing streak. Like, you guys would walk in there and you guys would play football.
My whole high school career was loss after loss. I mean,
this guy.
I mean, we also did play teams that, I mean, we had no bit, like Lee Summit Christian Academy. Like, we're a small rural school. We shouldn't be playing that for one, but there's no excuse to that. We got a new coach every year, so it's a new script of plays. We didn't get to stick with anything, and
it's hard to get kids that have athletic ability to buy into
to come
when
out
that's
for the
happening.
season. Yeah,
and I wish Bill would have came sooner. I wish he would have came about 4 or 5 years sooner. That'd have been awesome. Yeah. But then I wouldn't have. I mean, I guess he could have been principal and be the football coach. But yeah, man. I mean, Bill came in there and he started to turn it around, and it's unfortunate that he had to take a step down from the things that were going on at home with his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
It was very unfortunate, and it was starting to turn around for Sherwood football program. Bill just coming in there and taking it heads on, and Coach Lake was awesome. It sucks. I mean, once we get those kind of guys, I wish we would just get them to stay because it would be so much better for our program. Right. But things happen.
Right.
We got to readapt. So
I do. I will say I remember that game against Jasper. We actually dedicated that to Coach Stackhouse's wife. Remember we went.
Yes, we did.
I forgot what it was, but we decked ourselves out in that cancer awareness color.
Yeah. Orange out.
Yeah, we wore orange.
We all wore orange to the game.
Yeah.
And what was Jasper like 2 hours away, and like half the school showed up to the game. It was crazy.
We got a pep bus to come, and it was.
I was out like the 8th play. Dude twisted my ankle, tried gator rolling on my ankle, and he tweaked it pretty good, so I had to go to the hospital. And next thing you know, Travis is getting ejected because some kid's trying to do the same thing to him, grabbing onto the foot and just rolling with it. And Travis pulled that fucking foot out of there and started donkey kicking him.
Oh, that Crescent's district game?
But he was looking after for me, so I appreciate that, even though it kind of costed us the game. We needed Travis in there, man.
Really funny story with the Jasper game is that, I mean, I never played football in high school. I probably should have. I really should have.
You know what I forget?
I regret it, but there's a video of me crying, going up to you guys, hugging, because I felt so good for you guys. And then I went to Stackhouse, I shook his hand, I'm like, dude, like, this is legendary. Like, you don't understand. Like, Himes walked up with me. Are you crying? Put it in my face. So, Himes, you have that video, send it to us, please. Shout out.
Shout out Kyle Etheridge, bro. I forgot he played on that team.
Remember
Kyle Etheridge played on that team, man, and I forgot that Kyle played on our senior year.
Kyle's a demon in the trenches.
Dude, he was?
He was a demon.
He was.
And remember, he got that cast on his arm for towards the end of the season.
Yeah, man.
And he was just using that thing as a nightclub. Whacking people.
Yeah, dude. Kyle was nasty in the trenches, man. He was like old Mean Joe Green, man.
The mean
Imagine
machine.
Kyle playing football now. That dude would have been a machine on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, there's no shit at that.
Kyle,
Kyle's a unit now. Shout out, Kyle. I'm still fatter than you. It's okay, buddy. All right.
Hey, you kept your figure. Why couldn't he?
No, hey.
No, we love. But I didn't mean it in a rude way. Like Kyle, like he wasn't big in school. I mean, I'm not saying he's big now, but he's bigger than he was, and I think that dude would have been monster.
He was good.
I think we can all say that for the best. Everyone gains a little pounds after. Like, look at me. I'm happier than ever.
Dude, food makes the world go round.
It does.
And money, but food's better.
That's right.
So let's move on from sports for a second. So what's one thing you struggled most with in your life, whether it was inside or outside of school, or both? Like what hard?
Man. I'd say what I struggled with the most just in my life was not being able to tell the difference in something that I want and how it's going to be the best for me. Just because we want things doesn't mean that's what's going to be best for you in your life. And that was my biggest struggle, not just trusting the good Lord and having him just guide me through this life and just, you know what I mean? You know, I wanted certain things at a certain point and I didn't get them, and I thought that's what was going to be best for me. But just because I didn't get those things doesn't mean I won't get them now.
Right.
You just got to just trying to trust the process. I think that was what I struggled with, because I used to stress about, you know, I'm not making this much money and I don't have this and I don't have that. We don't take that with us when we're gone.
Right.
We leave our name and our reputation. And I think if you focus on those two things, God will come and he will put the other things in your life.
He does everything for a reason.
That's right. That's right. And I think that was the hardest thing I had to accept coming out of high school and becoming a young man, was things that I wanted and I thought they would be the best for me. But so
It's really deep. I like that.
yeah. So
Oh, going along with that, I'll definitely say, as we're starting out our careers in the workforce now, doing whatever we're doing, I will say that obviously your company doesn't want you taking a whole bunch of time off and whatnot, but things happen for one, and for two, you only live once. I mean,
Right.
take your days off, spend your time with your family,
Take
You
those
know,
opportunities.
take
you
those
get.
vacations. Money might be tight, but what are you gonna do with it when you're gone?
That's
Just
right.
pass
Right.
it down.
Can't
Use
bring
your
it
money.
with ya.
Live your life. Love it.
Exactly.
Spoil your loved ones.
And that's another thing, you know, that I've kind of learned too. I always thought, because, you know, Travis, you're married and you're never going to be the perfect husband. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because when you're there, you're not making money.
Yeah.
When you're making money, you're not there.
Yeah.
And when you can't make money, you're not providing. So what are you as a husband?
Yeah.
So there's things that we're just not going to be perfect at. Like, we're not going to be perfect fathers. We're not going to be perfect dads, or same thing, perfect husbands,
Perfect friends.
whatever. We're not going to be perfect, man. We just have to do with what we have, and we have to make the best of it.
Yes,
I
sir.
think.
I
So,
agree.
Things definitely are hard. Choices are hard to make and whatnot, but definitely something to look forward to in the future. Just being able to live your life to the fullest. You know, don't wait till you're 70 years old and retired and all broken. While you're young and free now, just go out there
Right.
and have the time of your life.
And things change in life too. Like, you know, you don't end up being with the person you're with through school. You don't do going through with the plans you made in school. Like, so many things change, and it's always, most of the time, it's for the better.
that's right.
You know, like, things happen.
Oh, yeah. No, and that, I mean, that's part of life, man. You just got to grab the bull by the horns and ride it out, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been fun, and man, I'm just happy that we've all kept a close connection, you know, because you don't see that happen every day, you know. I mean, our 5-year anniversary is like what?
Next year.
Next year.
Next year, yeah.
It's like, I can remember graduating high school and telling Colin, I'm like, I ain't going to that shit, which I still ain't going, but
Yes, you are. You're
no, I ain't going.
there's free
I
beer.
love you guys,
Well,
but
there's free alcohol.
then I'll go.
If there's free Southern Comfort, he'll
Shit.
be there.
Yeah, you talked me into it.
There you go. We'll make sure that's on the list.
We might go.
Right.
Maybe not.
And to go on with that, you know, it's just great that we're all back. Like, we named this podcast The Lunch Table because, I mean, the lunch table is where we had all of our serious talks. We messed around 98% of the time, but the other 2%, you know, we were all there for each other. And after school, we don't have that. So to have you on,
That's kind of what motivated this whole podcast.
Sorry, guys.
We just
It's Friday.
No, you're good, buddy.
We
Drink
gotta
away.
we gotta do it. And Travis let us in his beautiful home once again.
Yep.
This is awesome.
It's great.
Gave me his whiskey because he doesn't drink whiskey.
Little baby.
Such a degenerate.
But no, like what Travis was saying, we started this podcast. We want to get our friend group back together. I mean, when we have a class of 45, 46?
Yeah, I think at one point we had like 45, but I think we graduated with like 36.
We got
Really?
low, yeah, man.
Yeah. So it's really cool that we all still keep in touch. And, you know, we had a part of my life where I hadn't seen you guys in 4 years, and now we're just all.
But see,
It's all for a reason.
I don't know if you guys thought it was weird, but like our class was just so weirdly small compared to all the other ones. Like our school's not like exactly like a small, like super small school, I would say. And we had 36 kids in our class.
Graduate, yeah.
Like I feel like that's more like that'd be like a size of like Jasper or Midway, and we're a little bit bigger than that. So I mean, our class was fairly small compared to like because the one above us was what they had like 70 people.
That's
Like, the same as under us.
They had like 70 people. Exactly.
And it's been honestly, I can only name like 5 or 6 people who came like after third grade. Like I feel like we just all grew up together, and that makes our bond so much stronger too.
Even though all those middle school teachers right now are thinking like, oh my God, there was only 36 of them. They were so worse than that. They were so much louder than that. we were the loudest. We were the loudest class. Man, we had that. Remember the stoplight up in the cafeteria?
Oh my gosh.
We had that thing on all the time, man. And if you hit a certain sound level, that thing hit red.
That's laughs at recess.
Miss Vicky would be over there in a heartbeat, ready to chew your ass, man. She'd be ready. Miss Vicky, man, she was a devil, man. She scared the shit out of all of us. She scared the shit out of all of us.
Yeah, that was her job, though.
She was good at it.
She would scare us, but we would go back and do the same thing the next day.
She was intimidating, man. She's the short-haired old lady that would just get your ass and bite it. She didn't care, man.
She was a great lady, though.
I remember doing something stupid at lunch and just looking at my friends, looking at you guys, like,
And she come around the corner like, shh, shh, shh.
Oh, she's like a vulture, man.
No, that wasn't. We weren't loud. It was them over there. That table. Oh man, this is great. So, what's something you regret not doing in life?
Man,
like opportunities you missed or things you didn't do.
Opportunities I missed. It is tough because I'm kind of a guy that I don't regret much, just because I'm one of the guys. If I make a mistake, I learn from it, and I don't ponder on it.
You own up to it.
Right. I own up to it, and I own up to my mistakes, so I don't regret it because I learned something from it. But I'd say something that I regretted would probably not taking sports as serious as I could have, because I know I could have took it more serious. But when you're in that high school age, I feel like there's so many more things that are distracting you from, something that matters actually.
Yeah.
You got girlfriends, you got parties, you got, I wish I was more focused when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Just because I know that would have made me, I would be able to look back on that. Like, I'm not going to look back at the parties I went to and the things that I did and be like, yeah, that's what made me, because I wish I could look back and be like, that's what made me. You know what I mean? As far as sports go, I feel like I could have been a lot better if I applied myself a little bit better. That's one thing I regret. I wish I would have applied myself better. And even in the classroom, too. Because I gave half-ass effort, I'm not going to lie. Gave half-ass effort. I even okay, I'll tell you guys something.
Oh, gosh.
So, it was the parade for our senior year. And I'm in the back of like a Ranger. We had all of our little things. I'm in the back of a Ranger just sitting in the lawn chair. And during the COVID, we had to do all of our online assessments, shit like that. Well, I didn't do it. I was fishing and drinking beer the whole time, boy.
No, couldn't be.
So, Mr. Fort, OG Fort, man, he comes up. He goes, Mr. Bailey. I was like, what's going on, Mr. Fort? And he's like, you sir didn't do one assignment all semester for me when we were gone. He's like, you didn't do a thing. And I was like, I didn't? I was like, I must not have got it, try to play it off. Like, I definitely got it. Like, it's on my Chromebook. And he's like, you're good. You're cool. He said, he's like, I got it. You're good, dude. That was the last time I seen Mr. Fort. So shout out Fort, man. I appreciate you. I love him, man.
He's still coaching to this day. I think at a different school, though.
Different school? Well,
Maybe
good.
even at the collegiate level. I'm not too sure, but
Oh, really?
he's still doing cross country. I know that for a fact.
Good deal, man. I love that man. He was my history teacher. So.
Because he was student teaching when we were there, right?
He was my senior year. I got put in.
He was actually teaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got put into his world history class, and so like when I was a freshman, he was student teaching, and me and him didn't see eye to eye. It is what it is. I was a punk ass kid, and he whatever. But so when I got in there, I was like, oh great, this is how this is gonna go. It's gonna be freshman year all over again. As soon as I came in there, I was like, hey Fort. I was like, what's that spear thing you got over there? He goes, that's a jab. I was like, I'll throw that son of a bitch. He's like, you want to come out for track? And I'm like, yeah, I want to come out for track. If I get to throw that damn thing, I don't want to be running around in circles. What was I doing? I was running around in circles before every damn track practice, running half a mile. And I'm like, Fort, this is bullshit. I want to be throwing that damn jab the whole damn time, man. I thought I was like 10,000 BC, man. I'm going to go kill me a saber-toothed tiger with that son of a bitch.
Were you good at it?
Fuck yeah, man. I was pretty good at it. I throw anything, man.
I'll throw anything.
Man. I was pretty good. I say I don't know meters, but I know yards. I was throwing it 60.
Damn.
Yeah, 60. See, like Lake, he was like, the first time I threw it, he looked at me, he goes, you're going to state. I was like, okay. I didn't even know how to like properly like run. I was just like freaking
cock back and launch.
like I was doing, like I was in baseball, like just fucking
throwing a ball to home plate from center field.
doing a little.
Insane.
I was just doing the hop step and throwing it like 50, 55, 60 yards.
You're throwing a stick with a point 60 yards.
That's
I
pretty
used to
fun.
go to the Olympics.
It just no, but it just works like a missile. Like it just glides in the air, which sucks. Travis, you were throwing jab
Yeah, I
too,
remember,
weren't
yeah.
you? It was me, you, Aaron.
Before the season got cut.
Yeah.
Due to COVID. But
Yeah,
I
we
remember
were
that.
all throwing jab, and we were excited. I mean, we obviously wanted to play baseball, but
Yeah, you bums. But
since it was senior year, we were like, hey, we want to go win something. Like, we all know, like, baseball, like, we're going to go in there and we're going to have a good time. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be memorable. But I'm sorry, but once Nick left and all them, I was like, sorry. I'm sorry, Pierce. I'm sorry, bud. But like once Nick and Walker and Colton and all them left, I was like, there is no need for me to be out here. I'd rather go win something and it be up to myself and not on the team. That was just preference. I mean, that was your deal too. Like you didn't want to. Like, you wanted to go out and try to win something because we never won anything when we were in high school. Like, we never won anything special. And we wanted something special to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The main reason why I ended up doing javelin or running track besides playing baseball was if I was going to accomplish something and go to state, I wanted to be dependent on myself. That's why instead of doing an 11-man team in football or 5-man on a basketball court or something, I wanted to depend on myself to see if I had the physical strength to push myself and excel in state. That's why I ended up taking the track route before COVID ended the season.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to push myself and see if I don't make it, that's on me. I don't have teammates to blame. I got myself to blame. That was my whole perspective.
So what I'm hearing from this is that you guys are just scared of baseball. I was kidding. I was kidding.
But see,
I get it. We lost a lot of good players, and I was my hopes were high for that season too. We had kids coming from competitive. They played competitive all growing up, and then like me and my boys gonna do. I didn't play a sport my senior year until baseball because I normally just played basketball and baseball, but I didn't play a sport. And you guys let me
baseball
down.
was your love. Like
Your bread
That
and
was
butter.
how what you
was
feel about
my
basketball is
love
I
and
feel
how
about
football
baseball.
was
Yeah.
his love. It just sucks. When you get in a small school, everyone they have they still have the things that they like, but when you're small, it lowers your numbers.
Right.
So it sucks, but at the same time, we had a good time. We did.
Oh yeah.
We
for
did
sure.
with what we had, and it was a great time. We had some good.
Even if we
moments.
didn't win anything, it was just fun to be with you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No matter what we did, whether it was supporting you guys from the stands or being with you on the court? Or?
You're the hype man,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Hype man. You know, that senior year of basketball was just.
We talked about that, which I think it was Blake's episode or Carter's episode.
It was Carter's, yeah.
Carter's.
I listened to that one last night, but yeah, that senior year of basketball was the
Different.
best year. It was the best time of my life. I mean, you go in there in the crowd, just fucking nuts. Fucking Pierce's freaking dancing and fucking
You hear the
hyping,
stands twerking. while we're on
hyping
the
everybody
Shake
up.
that thing, you know?
And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta go out here and I gotta make fucking baskets and shit with all these people going crazy like this. Like,
And dude, you were putting ball. You were shooting the ball like it was no one's business.
Oh,
Like it was
shit.
awesome.
no.
You guys all were. You guys were.
See, the
playing-
beautiful thing about that team is we had our two down and dirty guys that went down and did the dirty business, and that was Travis and Aaron. And then we had our three guys who go and really change the impact of the game, and that was me, Wyatt, and Tucker. And the best game, man. It was unfortunate because we only had one game where us three just went crazy. Usually what would happen was just be like me and Tucker go crazy, or Wyatt and Tucker go crazy, or me and Wyatt go crazy, or just one of us. I mean, that's all we needed. But the Chillicothe game, man, we were in a tournament and we played Chillicothe and we whooped them some bitches like 96 to fucking 10 or something.
Jeez.
We went in there and
That school had no reason.
and I wish
to
you
be
could
in
have been to that game, Pierce, because it was stupid. I'd get the ball, and there'd be already a guy down there, and I finished the game. I had like 6 assists, and I was throwing it. All of my assists were like full court lobs. Like
That's
I was just chucking it to Carter and shit.
Real quick, I want to throw a random question in there, real quick, and it wasn't on our notes or anything. But who was your go-to teammate for any sport? Like who was your favorite teammate to play with? Ever?
My favorite teammate to play with. Probably Travis. Those football days, I mean, they were awesome. I want to add Aaron in there too, just because, you know, I was on the end, Aaron was on the end, Travis, and I mean, me and Travis both played running back with each other. Travis was that guy when you go into practice and you didn't want to hit him because you knew it was going to hurt. And I was stupid enough to hit him, and I hurt a lot because of that. And I hope he hurt a lot because of me, because I know he made me hurt a lot in practice. It's probably good I got a hard head because that's the only way I was taking that big guy down was if I hit him right in the fucking noggin. Because I knew his fucking
Give
head.
him a little concussion.
I knew he wasn't. I knew he couldn't take head trauma like I could. You ask him. Hey, you ask anybody on that 2020 football team. My face mask was bent down.
It
And
was.
like I literally got the award. It was like an anonymous award, like for the most fucking player. I led with my head every time. I must have forgot form tackling there when I took a break, but
Hunter's gonna end up like Antonio Brown.
yeah,
He's gonna have
I got
CTE.
CTE and shit. So
No, that's so. Yeah, sorry about throwing that random question in there. I wanted to know. I thought I'd make
he
that
was my
list, but
favorite.
it's
He
fine.
challenged me every play and every down for sure, and he was the brains of the defense for sure.
Oh, for sure. So, Travis, actually, how about you go ahead and ask because.
All right, yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
So let's move on to the next question. What teacher made the biggest impact on you, and why did that teacher make the impact?
Oh man, me and teachers, man. A lot of teachers, I gave them headaches just because I like to make people laugh, and I didn't like to do homework. So I'd rather make people laugh, and if I made someone laugh, fuck it, it was worth the ISS or whatever. That was my thing. But I think Coach Lake really made a big impact on my life because that sophomore year, JV basketball, man, he taught us boys how to be men, and that year was very special because we were boys out there, and he taught us how to be men, and he taught us how to play the game as a man. And he, even though Coach Lake probably doesn't know the most about basketball, I mean, have you ever seen a guy shoot a basketball? I haven't. There's probably a reason for that. But the guy knew how to turn you into a man, and he knew how to change your mentality.
Right.
And he changed my mentality throughout my life and how I look at things. So Coach Lake, shout out. I got to throw Coach McCorkle in there, man. He called me out of homeroom a couple times. We go out to go paint the football field. I may or may not have asked him about some parties he went to in high school.
Oh, my gosh.
And he didn't tell me, I promise. But yeah, man, Coach McCorkle, shout out, because he helped me a lot of senior year, man. He was awesome. I got
really cool.
He was like that friend teacher. You could kind of do anything. And I used to sit on him in weights, like sneak up and sit on his head and shit. He used to get so flustered. He'd be like, Bailey, what the hell are you doing, man? And I'm like, I don't know, Coach, man. I'm just sitting on you.
No, he was really cool, and I wish we would have had him for more than
No,
1 year.
man, he was awesome, man, because he was like that age. He was like Steinhoff, you know. He was like that age where
He was
you could be his friend, and you also respect the guy too for what he does. But yeah, man,
He was awesome.
have some good times with McCorkle for sure.
That's awesome. Well, so everyone, that was 5 real questions, 5 real answers with 3 real people. And actually, we're going to have a new topic this week. We're going to try something new. We're going to do the hypothetical question of the week. So we're going to ask Hunter our hypothetical question, but we want to hear from you guys. We want you to comment on our Instagram, our YouTube, our Spotify, your answer, and we'll feature you in the next episode. Not all of you, but we're going to pick out a majority of.
Pick out some of your guys' comments and shout you guys out for them. See what you guys think on the topic.
Of course. All right, Hunter, you ready for this?
I'm ready, man.
This is a thinker.
It's a thinker. Well, I'm not good at thinkers, but I can try.
All right. Would you rather be a big rat or a small rhino? And why?
You gotta think about
See,
the
I
pros
ain't-
and cons here.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, man. I ain't no rat. I ain't no rat, man. I'll be your small little cute rhino every day of the week, man. I ain't being no rat.
Can you imagine a small, cute, like a pet rhino? That's like
That'd be
like,
sick.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I get coddled and shit.
Got that
Like,
little horn
I'd be like a
on.
little baby rhino, like I ain't gonna run into you or nothing, you know. I'd be like, hey, come on, pet my nose or something. Come on.
What about you, Travis?
Pet this baby sword I got on my fucking face.
If I had to say, you explained that perfect, Hunter. But if I had to go with it, I'd probably have to say baby rhino too. That's because that's gotta be. It's like a baby cow. They're the cutest things ever until they get cow size. And it's like,
Well, this is gonna be like the size of a. This is gonna be the size of a rat.
oh, like that small.
Like yeah,
Oh.
they're like switching. So imagine a
Okay.
rat the size of a rhino and a rhino the size of a rat. So it'll be like this,
Man.
like a hand size.
That's
I think it's
I've seen a rat the size of a rhino, brother. I'm running. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be more scared of that fucking rat than I am that rhino.
That's true. If I saw a little rhino, I'd.
I think it'd be cute to see like little, like not even like baby rats, or as in a rhino form, like small little 3-inch little rhino running around the floor.
That'd be awesome.
Sneaking through your pantries, nibbling on cheese, going in the cracks of your doors. Just see it sneaky.
So okay, you guys both pick. What would your rhino? What would your name be? What would you want your pet name to be? Because you're gonna be a pet, obviously. He's thinking the most diabolical thing.
I don't know,
What
man.
about
So
you?
like, I'd have to have a new name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
No one names a rhino Hunter
Yeah.
or an animal. A real person. Well, I do, but
A name.
I think my name would be like Rhino Ron. Something like that, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey. Rhino Ron's coming in and he just bust open the door like a little Kool-Aid man, and then you see a little 8-pound rhino sucking sitting there.
oh my gosh. All right, Travis, what would your rhino? I don't know if you'd be Rhino Ron, but
My baby rhino name, it would have to be like, I can't top Rhino Ron.
That's
man.
really
It's-
good.
That was a good. You knocked that one in the park. But I'd probably have to say like
Just off the dome, man.
Ray Lewis.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
All right.
What? Okay, let me think on that. What would you be? What do you?
Oh,
be?
I agree with you guys. A little rhino would be freaking awesome. Just run into stuff and just like, oh, is that a baby rhino?
It should be cool if you still had like the same amount of ability as the big rhino would have. If you're
Just the
a little rhino.
power.
Yeah, dude.
Don't mess with them. He'll throw you across the room.
Yeah, I mean,
my-
you see a little rhino in the middle of the road, and he's like running head first for a car. And next thing
Nope.
you know,
In the ditch.
car's like, I'm gonna hit him, and then
My rhino name would be like Spike or something.
Oh, that's a good.
Spiky.
Good. That's good.
like
I'd have to just go with my nickname, The Rock. That's
the
pretty-
Rock.
That's pretty cool.
I mean,
That's
pretty solid nose, smashing into things.
Hey, shout out Duke for that nickname.
cool. Shout out,
Shout
Duke.
out Duke.
Shout out Duke.
All right. Well,
Ethan, office now.
no way to the gym fire. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Hunter, thanks for coming on. But before you go off, is there anything you want to ask us or?
Yeah, I want to ask.
You can
I
ask
mean,
separate questions.
Yeah, too.
What's-
Either of us.
I mean, what made you guys start this? I mean, what was?
Take it. Tackle it.
We wanted to start this because we thought it'd be a good opportunity to get all of us back together. You know, like just kind of hear our stories and share them with everyone listening and watching on wherever they're watching from. Shout out you guys. But like we just want to share a story. You know, we all grew up together in a small town and there wasn't much to do, so we had to work with what we had. You know, and I just think, you know, why not a podcast?
Just try to build the community
Yeah.
Yeah,
and put them together.
they
and
saw
that's
us, but
awesome.
they didn't really know what we were doing.
That's
I
right.
mean, I'll start off. Pierce, he contacted me about it, and we both. I thought it was a great idea. Like, bring back all our friends together, rekindling our friendships, reminiscing good memories we had,
Mhm.
and we named it the lunch table because at our lunch table it was all of us boys, and we had the greatest times, the best
Mhm.
stories. We did the funniest things ever, and I kind of brought it together. And I was thinking, you know, why not? I mean, we
Right.
only live once. Let's do it. In the future, our kids, our families, our aunts, our uncles, our pet rhino rats, they can all tune in and see, like, from 20.
Right around.
I can be 50 years old, and my kids at the time are 25 or something. They can search up the lunch table.
What's the lunch table, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a great answer.
That's
really why we did it.
That's awesome.
Give our
man.
community a name. You know, it's not just Sherwood. Let's make our community something.
Right.
You know?
That's awesome, man. You know, and I guess my other question would be, where's your guys' goals, as far as where this is gonna be? You know, I want like what as far as where you guys want this to be. You guys just kind of want it to take off on its own, and you guys don't really care where it goes. But
So I think me and Travis are in different boats here. I mean, in the first episode, you know, Travis talked to, you know, make some money off of it, get famous. You know, that's the dream.
that's the dream.
The
right?
way I see it, you know, is I could care less if we get big or not. You know, the community support that we've gotten has been amazing, and if that's all we get, that's what I'm happy with. And you know, if we got big, that'd be awesome. Like that's the dream. Like he was saying, but. No, just as long as everyone's listening and they're liking it, I don't care if there's 10 people, 10,000 people. You know, just keep
It's
on
just
keeping
something,
on.
That's what it's all
something
about,
like
baby.
the community can tune in because our community knows us. They will know us. They know the name at least or have heard
Right.
of us. It's just something it's like a little, like our own TV show, you know, for the Sherwood community.
Right. And then we have people listening in Austria, Denmark.
Yeah.
Like-
Shout out to you guys. Thanks for.
Shout out Juan.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He did.
Shout out Juan and shout out
Paul. Shout out Paul.
Shout out what's his face? Yannick.
Yeah.
Shout out Yannick.
Jorge.
Shout out
Lasse.
Jorge.
Yeah, Lasse.
Lasse.
Shout out to all you guys.
Fancy Brian.
Fancy Brian.
Brian.
We love you, Brian. I love you, buddy. I miss that, man. You know, Brian. I want to talk about Brian. I want to give some special thanks to Brian, man. I haven't seen him in a long time, but man, Brian was, you know, he's Asian, so like when you go and you see him at our school, you're like, is that an Asian? And you're like, yeah, okay, that's an Asian. And so Brian was the most coolest kid. He always came to school with a smile on his face, and he didn't give a shit. Whatever you told him to say, he would say it. Brian, say fuck. Fuck!
Yeah. So shout out all of our international listeners and everyone listening right now.
That's right.
Thank you for all the support for sure.
Yeah.
It's means a lot to me and Pierce for sure.
Yeah. So well,
And going along
I
with that
appreciate you guys
topic,
for having me on as well.
course.
And I hope you get me and Colin on for an
We'll get
episode.
you.
we
That'll
got
be
we
a
have
great
a
episode.
long list of
Me and
people that wanna get on.
Colin, we got some stories to
We
tell
got
there,
some
buddy.
stories to tell.
We got some stories to tell. We share to the public.
No, we really appreciate you coming on, telling your stories, and reminiscing with you. It's been great. But as we wrap up the show, Travis, go ahead and shout out our social medias. Where can people find us?
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and we just had started TikTok page. It's all the lunch table _ podcast 24. Stay tuned. All our content is the same videos. With that being said, it's our first video, so we will be uploading video if you would want to watch us live.
Yep.
That's cool and all. Or you can just listen to the audio straight. Doesn't matter. Just keep on supporting us, and thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to respond to our hypothetical question of the week on our next Instagram post. It'll probably be a picture of us with Hunter. So make sure you comment on there to be featured on the next episode. And with that, thank you all for tuning in to another week, and we will see you next week.
I'll watch you walk away. The stars are falling right in place. I'll watch you walk away. You stole my heart from inside of me.